Hello and welcome to Meeting of the Minds Mondays. Happy Monday. I am your host, Intellects, and we are going to jump right in. We got a great topic for you today. That's right, we are starting a new topic this month, and it's on monetizing your crafts. Yes. All right, so a lot of times we have these great talents, these great abilities, but we don't know how to create the right system in order for them to start generating an income. Now, here at Intellect's Artrepreneur Agency, the Indeed for Artists, we have been legalized for a couple of years now, and we are blessed to have different forms of income coming in based on the types of work that we do and based on the type of help that we give. And so there's many different ways to monetize your craft, but the first thing to do is to know what your craft is. All right, you can make money doing anything, but when it comes to the gifts and talents that you were given, that takes a certain type of work, and you have to tap into who you are in order to learn what that is. So before we jump any further into what we have to talk about today, I want to go over a couple of announcements. So Showcase Your Talent show will be the last Sunday of this month, which is the 28th from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Zoom. The theme for this month is New Beginnings. Registration is open if you would like to compete to win. If you would like to just share your art as a feature, or if you are a sponsor, if you have a product, service, or business, and you would like to discuss that during the show, the options are available to you. We have so much going on here at Intellects, but if you want to stay up to date on all things Intellects and be the first to know in the know, subscribe to our email list. It's free $99. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and download our app, the Artrepreneurs Hub, to stay up to date on all things and to see things that we don't share on social media. All right, so let's jump right in. We don't have too much time, but we're going to have some time today to talk about this because a lot of people struggle with making an income based on the craft. Some people go to 9 to 5s and the income that they get from their 9 to 5s funds their dream, right? And that's fine. If you get something to fund your dream until your dream can fund you, that is perfectly fine. One way to monetize your craft is serve your way up, right? Learn to be in a place where your gift can help other people, and those people will pour back into you, all right? And if you're doing it just simply to make money, people can feel that. People can sense that. They can sense the energy. All right. So if you're not being genuine in that sense, then people gonna know it. So, learn what your craft is, learn what your niche is, and really hone in on it. Do the research for it. Figure out ways that you can level up and you can create an income for yourself doing what it is that you love. All right. So we are going to jump into our first video for today. That's going to delve a little bit more into what it means to monetize your craft and what ways you can monetize your craft. All right, so I hope y'all got y'all pen and pads out to take notes because we're going to get into some teaching today. All right, and we're going to talk about it and do some takeaways. All right, so take a listen.
Hello, what's up everyone? If you're new here, welcome. I'm Chardonnay. I'm a podcaster, videographer, and creative entrepreneur. And today I'm going to be talking about how to monetize your craft. I think this video will be helpful for anyone who runs a skill-based creative business. This will give you an idea of some places to start branching out to advertise the services you offer. I think this will also be helpful for creative entrepreneurs who are introverts, or for those of you who have not yet built the momentum, skill set, or business acumen to self-promote and market your craft or services. Personally, when I first moved to a new city as a freelancer with no job or professional connections to people within my industry. I gained all of my clients through word of mouth and simply through networking. However, I know networking looks a little bit different these days, and I want to share some ideas on ways you can put yourself out there and start monetizing your craft. This is more for those creatives who are just like, where do I even start? Especially if you're the type that is not interested in promoting on TikTok or Instagram. Don't worry. It's all good. I see you. Okay? So let's get into it. So my first recommendation is use existing marketplaces. I've said this in a previous video where I talked about the process of building my website, but I'll elaborate a bit more here. It's 2023, and moving forward, there's basically an app for almost everything. In the same way, there's an app where you can rent your car out to make money, whether it's through Turo, Uber, Lyft, Get Around, whatever the case may be. Apply that same mindset or energy to your craft. Look up all the major apps or companies that have developed an app or website specifically for you, the creator, to monetize your craft. To name a few, there's Etsy, Fiverr, Honeybook, and Airbnb also offers experiences. I think that Airbnb experiences is a unique way to figure out how can you package your creative skill or service and turn it into an experience and market your craft and monetize it. And there are a ton of other platforms out there. Most of these platforms have been around for some time now, and they have made it simple for you to create a profile and attract clients. There are already people utilizing these existing websites, apps, and marketplaces, and because these are backed by major companies, they have already done a bit of the heavy lifting for you to attract the people who are searching for whatever it is that you make. You just have to sign up and make yourself stand out amongst the rest of the people within your industry. In some cases, you don't even have to stand out. All you have to do is create the profile, share a few images and description of what you offer, connect your bank account, and wait for the clients and moolah to start rolling in. Now, you obviously have to be good at what you offer to keep the clients coming back and to get good reviews, but that's a different video. Don't sleep on places like Facebook Marketplace and even Craigslist. I know some sites can seem a little suspect, but use your best judgment when conducting business transactions. If it feels weird or sounds weird, then trust your gut, but try out the platform that's easiest for you to navigate first, because you're more likely to stick with it and keep up with something that's easy for you to navigate and manage. My second recommendation is expand on the types of services you offer. This is your moment to shine as a creative. This is your chance to think outside of the box about the different types of services and products you offer, and think of alternative ways to package the craft or skill you offer. So for an example, I'm a videographer, and let's say I wanted to branch out into creating digital products so I'm not always relying on bookings or wearing myself out with back-to-back video shoots. I could create custom LUT packs to sell. I could create digital download templates for videographers to download and have contracts for their own business on Etsy. I could also make one-sheet downloads for different ways people can pose or prep for video or photo shoots. I could also create apparel with catchy phrases and terms that offer videographers or content creators would like to wear. When you get creative and start to think of ways you can repackage some of the things you already offer, you do two things. One, you create another stream of revenue for yourself. And two, it's a way to passively market your business because, again, keep in mind, it's 2023. Most people do a little bit more internet digging and research on people and brands. I've personally even noticed within myself that if I'm purchasing something for the crib or find myself decorating my home and a lot of the items are made by the same person, then I'll do a quick Google search and check out the other products the person makes or sells. So keep that in mind as you branch out to other platforms and expand your services. Also, if you have any ideas or recommendations that I didn't mention already, or other ways to expand my small business as a freelance videographer, don't be stingy. Drop the details in the comments below. Something I'm personally planning to explore to expand my business is Patreon, which this leads me to my last recommendation on how to make money by making art. Launch a Patreon. Patreon can easily be one of the marketplaces I mentioned earlier because it's a site designed specifically for creators to monetize their craft and for their audience to support them. I'm placing Patreon in its own category because there are so many different business models and ways you can go about starting one. I'm going to quickly share a couple ways you can approach this, but keep in mind, these are just a few of the many ways you can approach creating a Patreon. So let's say you're an illustrator or a writer, or maybe even someone who knits. Oftentimes, if you create a product or craft, there is some sort of process that went into creating it. So one of the ways you can monetize your art or craft on Patreon is you can show your work in progress, or give behind the scene photos or video clips of how you made your art, or show your process for preparing to do your craft, or how you like to source your materials. I've even seen this work well for graphic designers, painters, illustrators, and I think even makeup artists, nail techs, and hairstylists do this as well. It's up to you to figure out what you feel most comfortable sharing. Another route you can take is tell the how behind how you made your art. Maybe there is, I don't know, a funny story you can share about the process, or you can tell the why behind why you decided to paint something a certain way, or why you decided to make whatever craft you're making. You can tell people what was the inspiration behind your craft, or just tell them what are the steps you took that led you to your finished product. There is so many ways you can approach this, and I'm currently in the process of figuring out how I want to launch a Patreon or come up with creative ways to monetize my craft. So that's all I have to share with you all. If you liked this video and you found it helpful, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you all in my next video. Bye.
All right. Again, that was Chardonnay. For those that are just tuning in, welcome to this month episode. Again, this is monetizing your craft is our topic for this month. And she went over a couple things. One of the things that she said was to use existing marketplaces like Fiverr, Etsy, the list can go on, because there is an app for almost everything that's out right now, right? And utilize the tools that you have, okay? Don't try to do it all yourself. Don't try to be, Superman, Superwoman with trying to figure it out, doing it all on your own. None of us have gotten to where we are on our own, so don't try to do it on your own now, okay? We got you, all right? She also talks about expanding on the types of services that you offer, using alternative ways to package your craft, like having a digital product or things of that nature. Technology is running rampant and is pretty much taking over a society, all right? So, invest in digital real estate and do different nature. She also focused on launching a Patreon, which is a way, and it's also designed for creators to monetize their craft. All right, so she just dropped a couple gems that you can utilize, right? There's tools at your disposal, use them. All right, we're going to jump into our next video. All right, and we're only going to see a portion of it, so stay tuned for part 2 next time. All right, so here is our next video. Check this out.
Boom. I think we have red lights everywhere.
Word.
Happy Friday.
Yes.
TGIF, my man.
It's a beautiful day.
Yeah. It's March now.
Mm-hmm.
It's not spring yet.
No, but it's coming.
I can feel it.
It's gonna be like 60 on Sunday.
Word?
Yes,
I didn't know that.
it is. Nice day.
Might do some yard work.
Yeah.
You know, I want my grass to grow this year. I started last year, but I was real late. It started getting green, and then it just started getting cold. I was like, oh, I gotta start in March next time.
Yeah.
So I might go out there and get a jump start, man. I need my shit to look like a golf course this year.
Word.
You know,
Yeah.
little things.
I feel that. Yo, my fucking interface died yesterday.
Was you rapping too hard into it? Is too much bar?
You know what?
bars? Short circuited.
I think that's what it was. Nah. Honestly, I think it's my fault.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's my fault because, like, I have a bad habit of not turning it off
Yeah, that's a bad habit.
because it has a switch. Like, and I cut my computer off, but I don't reach over and cut off my interface. And I think, like, it's just been on for, like, ever. And
2 years straight.
Pretty much, like 2-3 years, like
No
straight,
sympathy for
like
you,
no
buddy.
sympathy. No, I'm not asking for it. Like I'm straight taking responsibility for that shit. So yeah, so I had to, I gotta buckle down and reinvest.
Yeah,
this year.
I've still got 2. I got one I keep down there and one I travel with.
Yeah.
which is basically upstairs in my bedroom. But yeah, it's
Yeah,
mine are USB powered.
Yeah.
so I can't leave them on.
See, like my big boy is plugged and has a switch. I got a small one that's USB powered, so I still have one.
Yeah.
I got a smaller one, but my big boy is the one I mainly use.
Yeah.
And
Low latency joint.
Yeah, low latency, 4 inputs, Yeah.
Lavish.
Yeah, the big boy.
Features.
Big boy. You know what I'm saying?
Amenities and whatnot.
Yeah. Final recordings.
Yeah.
Final drafts.
Yeah, post production.
Exactly.
That's what they call that.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. That's what's up, man. Yeah, so Super Duty Tough Work. We here.
Yep.
It's been a lot of positive words in the space about the work we've been doing
Right.
this past few weeks.
Uh-huh.
Topics and whatnot. And we've been giving the people what they want.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? And we want to thank y'all for listening because it means a lot, man.
Mm-hmm.
To know that because sometimes we don't know what's gonna hit and what's not.
Right.
It's kind of like battle rap. You know,
Right.
you just write the punchlines.
Yeah, you don't know if they're going to get it. You
Some
don't
of
know.
them shake the room though. We've been shaking the room.
Yeah.
Haymakers been hitting and we didn't know. So we're gonna keep up the good work and keep doing some of these topics that are really resonating with the people and especially the artist community out there. And so this week, this is a follow-up topic to last week's topic and a week's topic before. And so for those of you who follow us on the social medias, you'll know that I posted asking for topics, and I got a gang of really solid topic requests today. But one of them stood out, and this goes out to my guy Tino, because he suggested something that was a natural follow-up. And I'm going to read the tweet, and it said this: the art of leveraging your worth. Coming off the brand episode, I think the follow-up to how you now use what you've established to further your reach could be dope. And then Hip Hop C-Bus said, yes, I need that wisdom badly.
All right.
So I think that's a good sign.
We'll look no further.
Yeah. We have you covered, brother. We got you. So yeah, on this episode, we're going to talk about that. And I think what the crux of this is monetizing your brand. It's like, okay, now that you've established your brand,
Right.
how do you then monetize it?
Yeah.
Or your craft or whatever. And I think that's what we're going to talk about today. And so we'll take a break and we'll be right back.
Wow.
We got you stuck off the realness, the most infamous, you heard of us. Official podcast murderers, the show comes equipped with viewpoints to share. Grown man ideas for all those who care and want to grow, so go ahead and download. Every single week with a brand new episode. You're not alone in this world, cousin, so we share information and honest discussion and keep repping a culture like we supposed to. They spread gossip, but they never come close to. I can hear it inside their tone. They talk about the industry but never left their home. You get laced up with bullet points and such, plus empowering topics that they never would touch. You can put your whole network against the team, but Super Duty Tough Work's the MVP. Most valuable podcast on MP3. Priceless info, but all of it's free. So take these words home and think them through. Super Duty Tough Work is coming at you. You are now listening listening to Super Duty Tough Work with your host, Blueprint. Raw and uncut. Adult conversations. No shucking, no jiving, and no bullshit.
Booyaka. Super Dute.
Word.
Tough work. We're here, man.
Yeah.
Once again, doing God's work. Letting
Always.
people know.
Always.
The most infamous podcast is back. Making money. This should get a lot of people's interest. I wonder if we'll get more views on this one.
Why? Because it's about money?
Yeah, it's about money. You know, people loud and clear. It's like
About monetization?
Yeah, E.F. Hutton start talking. Everybody's silence. You say make money?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Let's listen to this one. Okay, so we're gonna talk about how to monetize your craft, how to monetize your passion, your brand, things we've been talking about the last week. So step number one, I should say, into monetizing it is to define your thing. Now, what I like to see, what I see quite often in a space is that people have a very tough time monetizing what they do because they do so many things.
Right.
So if you are an artist and say you make music and you rap, you sing, you make beats, you paint, sometimes you do graphic design, sometimes you cut grass, you know, you got a little vending business.
Yeah.
You got a food truck too that you do every now and again with your homies. Yeah, you play basketball as well, and you're really into politics. It's going to be very difficult for you to figure out how to monetize what you do.
Right.
So before you get into that, this conversation is based on the assumption that your brand is established. And by that, we mean what you are good at has been practiced consistently, and the people know that this guy is good at that thing. You know, and if you're good at that thing, that makes monetizing it 10 times easier.
Yeah, because everybody already know what your service is.
They know.
Yeah.
They know. And as we mentioned in the branding episode, branding is not what you say you are. It's what you do consistently.
Right.
So the beginning of this conversation, we have to start with, okay, what is your thing?
Yeah. What do you do?
Yeah, what do you do consistently that no one else is doing? And if you iron that out and you whittle that down, you say, okay, well, this is what I do. And so I'll use myself for an example. My main thing is rapping.
Yeah.
I can podcast with the best of them. I can make beats with the best of them. You know, I can make a movie too. I can do a music video, which we fire. But rapping is my thing.
Bread and butter.
Bread and butter, man. When you get me in the post, that's my go-to move. It's the raps.
Right.
I'm not coming with no sky hooks. I'm not gonna be I'm coming with the patented bread and butter move, which is the rapping. And earlier in my career, that wasn't necessarily my thing.
Right.
Early in my career, when we first started, it was producing.
Right.
I was the producer of the group. Yeah, I rapped in Greenhouse, but I wasn't known as a solo artist or as a rapper, you know. But then as I continued to do it, as my body of work got bigger and bigger, all of a sudden my reputation became more known for rapping than for producing. And then it caused some people to not know who the hell produced my records.
Right.
And even they're like, who produced 1988? I did it. I've been doing this.
Yeah.
But that's because my name as a rapper had grown so much faster than my name as a producer. And in recent years, it's kind of even. I think people know me as both, but rapping is what most of my fans primarily heard me as. If they were to say, when was the first time you heard him? Or what made you look dig deeper? They would say rapping, you know, same thing for you. Right. And so for us in this example, we have to start there. Our thing is rhyming. And so we have to make sure that if we want to monetize our thing, there may be other opportunities and things that are smaller. You know, we've promoted events.
Right.
I've booked many of my friends here and thrown successful shows. I made some money off of that. But even that was only possible because of the rapping.
Yep.
You know, if it wasn't for the rhymes, I don't get a venue to take me seriously.
Yeah.
This is who are you?
Yeah.
Instead, it's Blueprint. He's a rapper. He can rap. He's a good guy. Oh yeah, we'll fuck with him. But make sure that you know what your thing is before you.
Okay. All right. So what did y'all think? What did y'all think? For those of you that just tuned in, first I want to shout out all the platforms that we are live from: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Shout out to all of you, and thank you for tuning in to the Meeting of the Minds for this month. Again, we are on monetizing your craft. That was the start of a video by Super Duty Tough Work, and they're talking about how to monetize your crafts and what ways you can do that. So one thing that he discussed was about how to define your thing, and that a lot of artists or a lot of people have a tough time monetizing what they do because they do so much, right? It's great that you have a bunch of different plan Bs, that you have a lot of things that you can do, but hone in on the one thing that you are good at, the one thing that you can do with ease, that you will do whether or not you get paid for it, the one thing that is the strongest of your passions. Focus on that. All right. He also talked about making sure that your brand is established, meaning you've put some work in, you've studied, you've become good at what you do. You become one of the best, if not the best, at what you do. And if you're not doing what you're doing to be the best at it or to excel at it, then why are you actually doing it? What's the purpose behind it? Do you really like it? Do you love it? Is this something that you really want to do? Think about that, right? Because if you're not into it and you're not loving it, and if it's not something that you can see yourself doing for the rest of your life, then you might want to reconsider what your craft, what your niche, what your love, what your brand actually stands for, what it is. You know, may have to do some more inner work to figure that out. All right. He also talked about how it's not what you say, is what you do, right? We say a lot of things, but our actions speak for us, and our patterns speak even louder. All right. And, you know, what you do and how you present yourself speaks more than however many words that you decide to formulate and come out of your mouth. Okay. So just remember that before you step onto the scene, your work speaks for you. So, how much work are you actually putting into your craft in order to monetize it? How uh, deep have you researched in order to figure out who is in your field? How did they become successful? You know, the greats that's in your field, it's always a great in your field. It's always someone who came before you who's doing it and or who has done it that is doing an amazing work. What have you done to link up with them or to learn from them to find out what they did? Okay? There is a system that will help you to monetize your craft. And if you don't know that system, or if you are still searching for that system that works best for you, keep doing your research, keep learning, keep seeking all of these things, because it's going to come. All right, it is going to come. So we're going to stop right there because it's so much that we're going to go through this month on monetizing your craft, and we're just getting started. All right, this is part one. Make sure to come back next month for part two. I definitely want to thank everybody who was able to tune in during our live. For those who catch this later, I would like to hear your feedback on how you're monetizing your craft, or what issues you're having with monetizing, because we all have those setbacks. We all have those hiccups to where it's like writer's block. It could be an artist block. It could be monetizing block. All right, whatever that block is, we want to know so that we can do what we can do on our end to help you. All right, because we've all been there, and we can all find different ways on what can help us to monetize our craft. So again, as I said, here at Intellect's Artrepreneur Agency, the ND for Artists, we connect you with so many different things, from resources to experts to networks to platforms, to promote you so that you could be the best you that you could be in your unique artistry. And if you would like us to help you water that seed that you're growing, go to intellects.com and connect with us. All right, we have free consultations that we do. So if you are interested and if you just want to get a sense of direction, if you need some help with, marketing, with branding, promoting, creating, web design, branding, logos, flyers, the list can go on and on. We got voiceovers. We have so much that we offer. So definitely check out our website and see how we can help you and connect with us, right? We also have our own app. Yes, yes, yes. So make sure to connect with us on there too, the Artrepreneurs Hub. If you go to intellects.com, there will be an option for you to join our app. You can go to your Play Store, your Apple Store, and click on the Mighty Networks app, download it. Once you got it downloaded, search for the Artrepreneurs Hub, and we are right there. All right. We're small in number, but we are growing each day. So I thank you all for the ones who have subscribed, for the ones who are subscribed to the VIAP, the intellectual community. Shout out to you all for rocking out with us and for helping us to be better and better every year. All right. We appreciate you. We love you. We wouldn't be where we are without you. Thank you so much for all of your love and support and for continuing to come back every single month. We appreciate you so much. All right. Once again, our showcase will be the last Sunday of this month from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Zoom. If you are interested in participating, registration is open. You can go right to intellects.com to fill out that form so that we can lock you in and secure your spot. We have Meeting at the Minds Mondays, one Monday a month. So make sure you come back next month to listen to part 2 of Monetizing Your Craft. Q&A Wednesdays is one Wednesday a month where we pose a question to gauge you a little bit better. And we have Freestyle Fridays in different forms, Battle Art Second Fridays. We have open mics every Friday that we're on. We have our double art event on third Fridays that combines battle art as well as our Art of War fundraiser, where you can compete for a prize and you can share your art for a good cause so that we can promote the beauty, necessity, and uniqueness of art, and also to have a way to come to a place for you to go from virtual to in-person mini concerts to see what art is like all around the world, because it looks different, but it sounds and it looks great. All right. We have voiceover options, books, merch, promo options, and so much more. But definitely go to intellects.com, subscribe to our email list, that's free 99, and our YouTube channel, as well as our app, the Artrepreneurs Hub. Thank you once again for tuning in, and I hope you have an amazing day and an awesome rest of your week. Until next time. Intellects here, and welcome to Intellects Artrepreneur Agency, the Indeed for Artists. If you want to be a part of the intellectual community, check us out. We have so much going on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and everywhere in between. And we even got our own app, okay? So make sure to check us out. Go to intellects.com. Go to our link tree. Look us up on social media at IntellectsATC so that we can best serve you. All right, we thank you so much for being a part of our vision. You know, we appreciate you, and we wouldn't be here without all of our amazing subscribers and supporters. Don't forget to sign up for the talent show every month, and someone always leaves with the prize. And don't forget to take advantage of all of our special offers, our events, our merch, our resources, our referrals, because we are here to serve you, okay? And thank you for the love. Until next time.